What can I help you with?
Got a piece of rock and roll history for you here.
Okay. It's definitely an old case.
It is. So, this is a 1941 Gibson SJ200. It was owned by Stephen Stills of the band Crosby, Stills and Nash.
That is cool. I feel like I'm in the movie Pulp Fiction and they open up the briefcase.
I am a guitar collector, and I bought the guitar in an auction a few months ago. I was thrilled and a little bit terrified because it was expensive, but I'm looking to sell it today because that's kind of my hobby. I buy and sell guitars, so I'm looking to make a profit here.
I'm sort of amazed. Everyone who was around in the 60s knows Stephen Stills. He was a guitar player, played for Buffalo Springfield. What It's Worth, that was the name of the song. I mean, literally, it was considered the rebellion hippie anthem of the 1960s. If you heard the song, you would remember it. Went on to create Crosby, Stills, and Nash. He's still alive, he's still playing. He's literally an icon. If he's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I'd be shocked.
He was actually the first person to be inducted twice into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He was inducted first for Buffalo Springfield and then for Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young on the same day.
His music helped literally shape part of a nation. And you have, like, documentation this was Stephen Stills?
I do have the bill of sale, so when he sold it to the collector that bought it from him, he signed a bill of sale. I have that.
So you have the bill of sale on you, or?
It's in the case here. So it looks like he had a music studio sell it for him on consignment, from what I can tell.
Okay. Just typed it up on an envelope. That's
It's very professional.
Criteria Recording Studios, bill of sale. This is to verify the sale of a Gibson J200 guitar, 1940, from the personal collection of Stephen Stills for the amount of $1,200, and it looks like it's signed by Stephen Stills. You know what? It adds a little bit to it.
It does, I agree.
Yeah. To me, that makes it a little bit more authentic because if you're going to fake it, who the hell would do that, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I love this guitar. It's really interesting, but I have to be careful. So if everything checks out, this thing could be a serious jackpot. It looks like someone did refinish this at one point. It doesn't look like the original lacquer on all of it.
I don't believe it's been refinished. I think it's got a light overspray on it.
Okay.
And there's a big difference in value as far as a refinish. In a refinish, they strip all the finish off, sand it.
Okay. It just looks like there's been some work done to it. Okay, this is a beautiful pre-war Gibson, which makes it worth money. It belonged to a rock icon, which adds a lot of money, and I assume you know that.
I do. I do.
I would absolutely love to get my hands on this guitar. It's beautiful, it's rare, and it was owned by a rock and roll legend. But it almost seems too good to be true, and there's nothing that worries me more than that. So what do you want for it?
I'm looking to get $110,000 for it.
Ooh, that, sounds like a lot.
That is a lot.
Tell you the truth, I don't know if that's a ridiculous number or a fair one, because I know about guitars, but I don't know everything about guitars, and it starts getting weird when they get this expensive. You know, there's just 1,000,001 questions I have to ask. What are these currently going for? Just the guitar by itself? What does Stephen Stills add to it? Was it just a guitar that was sitting in the corner of his studio that he never played? So I'm gonna call in my buddy Jesse. This guy knows everything there is to know about guitars, and maybe we'll do business.
Okay.
Hang out.
Sounds good. I'm a little bit anxious about what Jesse will have to say, but I'm confident that he'll get it right.
You do not see these. It's the 1941 SJ200. It was their highest-end guitar. They introduced this model in 1938, went to war, and they stopped making them. I mean, this is it. This is the Holy Grail. Do you mind if I...
Go ahead.
This is a really, really cool one.
It's almost too good to be true. That's what I'm looking at, especially looking at the back of it.
You can see it's had a couple of crack repairs and stuff, so it's kind of par for the course with a guitar this old. Whoever did it did a really good job, which is everything. They didn't gob a ton of finish on it. It's actually still pretty thin, which is what helps the character of these guitars sound so good.
And he has some documentation saying that this was owned by Stephen Stills.
Wow. That's cool. That's really cool.
It's got to add something, right?
Yeah, it does a lot, actually. I mean, you don't see a lot of his stuff around for sale. Mind if I strum a chord or two on it?
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, it's cool. I just want to hear what it sounds like, man. It's not every day you get to play one of these. At the end of the day, ultimately, they're meant to be played, and this one is an exceptional player and sounds amazing. So, what are you worried about on this one?
What's it worth?
It's an expensive guitar, man.
Okay.
I mean, the guitar on its own is probably worth anywhere between 75 and 90 grand just by itself, without the Stephen Stills thing.
Is that right?
So, what does Stephen Stills add to it?
Stephen Stills could add another 20, 30,000. You know, that's a retail price.
Okay.
You know?
That's definitely a range.
Yeah. This is it. This is the one. If you're going to buy one, this is the only one that's available.
All right. Thanks, man. I'm going to get this figured out.
No problem, man. That's
You're the
a cool
best,
one. Thanks, man. That's cool. That's a good one. See you later. See you.
I was looking for a rag, actually, to wipe the drool off the guitar. Jesse was getting a little bit close there.
I mean, what's your best price on it?
Well, give me 110. We'll make it a deal.
110's not going to happen. It's just not. I'll give you 80 grand.
I can do 90. That's gonna be my...
I think you can do 80.
I don't think I can do 80. I can do 90. That's my line, man.
I'll give you 85. I cannot go anymore. I can't.
I've got to have 90.
Okay. Change your mind. Call me.
85, man.
All right. All right, cool, man. Let's do some paperwork. You'll have cash, and I'll have a guitar I gotta sell.
Okay. Well, that was actually higher than my bottom line, but I try to be a tough negotiator myself, and I thought it was a fair price. So with 85,000 bucks, I'm gonna go buy some more guitars.
I got something for you.
Looks like a small person's guitar.
Nope, it's a 30s or early 40s lap steel Gibson.
Ooh. Where did you get this?
Well, I can't really tell you. It'd be one of my trade secrets, but I found it at a pawn shop.
Okay. Here in town?
Maybe. Maybe. I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
This guitar is very old. It's made out of metal, and it says Gibson on the headstock, and I've never seen one like that before. I found it at a local pawn shop. It was hanging on a wall, and it caught my eye, so I thought I'd take a chance on it. I'll take $10,000 for the guitar, but $3,000 might be my lowest price.
Cool. It's a metal Gibson?
I think it's aluminum.
Feels like aluminum, but I know it wasn't during World War II because that was a war metal. They didn't make it then. I mean, if this is a Gibson, it's got to be 30s. This is really early electric guitar stuff.
I'm sure this was fairly new technology at the time, too.
Well, it was. They were trying to market this new idea of an electric guitar. And it sounded a little weird, but if you played it well, it sounded pretty cool.
It works. I played it through an amp and everything, and it works. I mean, I can't play lap steel, but I tried it through an amplifier, and it made noise, so.
Okay. Electric guitars were invented in the 1930s, and people really started going crazy for them. So instead of being drowned out by the drums or the horn section, the electric guitar could be up there with the rest of them. Are you sure it's a Gibson? Because I have never seen a Gibson logo that looked like that, but then again, I've never seen a metal Gibson.
Neither have I. It's the first time I saw it. I almost had a heart attack when I saw it. I was like, this has to be something. And it has a low serial number on it, too. So it's got to be an old Gibson. It has to be real.
Well, how much do you want for it?
What I've been doing a lot of research online, and from what I think would be a fair price would be 10 grand.
Maybe if it's a Gibson, I don't know. I'm just sort of baffled by it. Give me a few minutes, I'm gonna call a buddy down here. I'll have him take a look at it.
Okay.
And if it's real, maybe we can do something.
Well, let's do it. All right, no problem. I'm okay with the expert coming in. I can't wait to hear what he has to say about it because I don't really know much about this instrument or guitar at all.
It says Gibson, but I have never seen Gibson logo like that. I mean, it's deeply confusing.
This is cool. This is in good shape. This is early on in the technology of pickups. This is, 1936. Guitar at this time was coming a little bit more into the forefront. They needed to get it up and loud over a big band.
Gibson never made anything this ugly.
Well,
I mean, you gotta give me that. It's ugly.
yeah. It
I'm not
doesn't look like
to beat you up, man, but
Well, I don't think it's ugly. I think it's actually quite good looking, if you ask me.
This isn't the norm for Gibson to see something kind of this plain Jane. But then when you think about it, it was the 1930s. That was like a space-age material, you know, aluminum. That was as sleek as it got.
I mean, the big thing that threw me off is that doesn't look like any Gibson logo I've seen before.
Yeah, it's called an E150. This is actually a Gibson. Wow, really early serial number. It's their first model. It's a piece of history for sure. This is Gibson's first electric guitar.
So what's it worth?
It's actually extremely rare. Realistic retail price on this, I would probably say, would probably be about $3,800 to $4,000. That's realistic.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
No problem, no problem.
Cool, man. Thanks.
Cool guitar, man.
Yeah,
Thanks for
dude.
bringing it.
Appreciate it.
All right. I hope Rick buys it. It's actually a pretty cool guitar, being it's one of the first ones to get a pickup in it. It's a nice piece to have in your collection.
I'm definitely shocked because, you know, when I first saw it, I thought it was some sort of weird fake, but I guess it's really a Gibson. So, I mean, what's your best price on it?
$4,500.
Realistically, you heard what he said.
Right.
Okay. I will give you $2,000 for it. It's really cool, but it's still not an easy sell. You know, it's a lap steel, and it's sort of weird, so.
It's not a Les Paul, I know that. 3,800.
I'll go 22.
25, I'll walk out, and you'll never see me again.
All right, 2,500, man.
All right, cool beans.
Meet you right over there.
All right, thanks. I'm gonna take the $2,500 invested in my new truck that I just bought. I'm gonna buy a supercharger for it so I can be cool and fast.
What do we got? I have for you a Gibson Elite Custom from 1987.
Okay, it's obviously an SG, right? So what does SG stand for to you?
As far as I know, it's supposed to mean solid guitar.
Okay, I always thought it was small guitar because Angus Young played one in AC/DC all the time, and he was a little tiny guy.
That's true. I'm here today to sell my 1987 Gibson Elite Custom Electric Guitar. This guitar is special because it has 3 pickups instead of 2, which was a mistake. I'm asking $4,000 for this guitar. If I make the sale today, I'm planning on decking out my drum set with some cool cymbals.
This is pretty cool, man. Pretty much every single rock star played one of 2 guitars. They either played a Gibson or a Fender.
Yeah.
Gibson started off making mandolins back in 1906, but I never was able to keep up with them. Tell me a little bit about it.
So this guitar is a mistake guitar. It has 3 pickups instead of 2.
What was the deal with these? Like, they had a mistake on the assembly line or something like that? They
Exactly.
added a 3rd pickup, and then they shut down the assembly line once it happened and then stopped making them. But there's only like 100 of them, right?
In fact, there's 23 others just like this, so 24 total.
Okay, all in the same metallic sunset color?
Yeah.
So where'd you get it?
I bought it online from a notable dealer.
So do you got any provenance or anything for it like that?
Yeah, this is the letter right here. Gibson sent this letter to some collector that had owned this guitar in the past, and this states exactly what happened on the assembly line.
Okay, this is not something I've ever seen before. So what are you looking to do with it?
Well, I'd like to sell it.
Okay, and how much are you looking to get?
I'd like $4,000.
To be honest with you, man, I have no idea. You mind if I have a buddy of mine come down, maybe check it out, make sure it works, and give me an idea of what it might be worth?
Absolutely.
Okay, hang out. I'm gonna go grab an amp, and I'll see if I can get them down here, okay?
All right.
Appreciate it.
There are 23 other guitars like mine, and I'm hoping that the expert still finds my guitar really collectible.
1, 2, 3 pickups on a Gibson SG like this. It just doesn't really happen.
Well, you don't see too many of this version of the guitar with the 3rd pickup. This was supposed to be an Elite with 2 pickups, which basically are the electronic part of the guitar that makes it all sound through the amp. This version actually was a factory mistake with the extra pickup put in. So instead of wasting that, they decided to come out with their own submodel of it. Do you mind if I give it a spin?
Please do.
Thanks. All right. So I'm sighting the neck, just seeing how straight it is, if it's got any particular warping or anything. Cosmetically, it's in nice shape. A few dings and dents, some play wear, normal stuff.
You mind plugging it in and make sure everything works?
No, absolutely. With a guitar that's over 3 decades old, you definitely want to check it out, make sure we can play it. see what we got. Everything's working the way it should.
So does the third pickup add anything extra to the sound or anything like that, or?
It's a little bit different sound than a two-pickup guitar, but actually not more sounds than a two-pickup guitar. It's a flavor of ice cream choice. Some people like, some people don't.
Okay, so give me an idea. What do you think it's worth?
Well, given the dings and dents on it and the condition, which is quite nice, I'd say somewhere in the neighborhood of, mid 3K range.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming down. Thanks for helping me out with it.
My pleasure.
I'll call you next time. See you soon.
All right, take care.
So, you heard what my guy had to say. I mean, at most, it's worth $3,500 retail. What will you take for it?
How about an even 3,000, and I give you a really good rock yell?
Better be really good. Let's hear it.
All right.
You know what? I'll give you the $3,000 so I never have to hear that again. We got a deal? 3,000?
We got a deal.
There's a guy right around the corner. He'll write you up, all right?
All right. With the money I just got from my Gibson, I'm gonna buy some cymbals and a snare drum for my drum set.
The case has seen its better days.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we have... Gibson Les Paul. Do you know what year this is?
69.
First off, it's pretty damn cool. So have you ever played this?
Yes.
So you can play the guitar?
No.
I completely understand. I would love to learn how to play guitar, but I have, like, these sausage fingers, and it's pretty hard.
Guitar is a 1969 Gibson Les Paul. I bought it from a coworker about 7 years ago. I want to sell it because I want to get some upgrades for my motorcycle. I want $4,000 for it. The least I'll take is $35,000.
I absolutely love these things. They are the gold standard of guitars. There's just something about a Les Paul that is so clean and sounds so good, and that's the way Les Paul designed it. He hated distortion pedals and things like that, because forever he tried to make a electric guitar sound as clean as possible, and then in the 60s, people started adding distortion to his guitars that he tried to make sound good without distortion. The Gibson Les Paul is one of the most iconic guitars ever made. It was made famous by Les Paul himself, who was a mega rock star in the 1950s. So if this is a genuine 1969 Gibson Les Paul, we're talking some good money. Do you know if this is the original finish on it?
No.
No. Okay. That's a big deal.
It was original gold top, but the guy that I purchased it from, he sanded this off.
Okay. There's you got some serious condition issues here too. We have we got a crack right there. It was refinished. And how did you determine it was a 69?
He said he bought it in 69.
How much you want for it?
$4,000.
$4,000. $4,000 might be here, but I want to have a friend look at it. And this guy knows almost too much about guitars. Okay?
Sure. I would love for him to have somebody come in. I'm not quite sure if it's a 68 or 69 and what the true value is worth.
We have a Les Paul, and he's not sure what year it is and knows nothing about it.
Cool. Ooh. It's kind of a neat transition model. It's a probably a 68 or 69. Some of them had a one-piece mahogany slab like this one. It's been painted, if you want to call it that. It was probably a gold top, which is a shame that they took the finish off of it. This little switch here's added. It's had a bunch of stuff done to it. We should probably plug it in and make sure, with all this stuff that's been done to it, that it works.
Make sure it doesn't catch on fire.
Yeah, make sure it doesn't blow up, yeah. The early 68s are held in pretty high regard. They're built almost identical to the build style of the late 50s Les Pauls. They're kind of rare, you don't see them that often. There's actually kind of has its own like almost cult following of those guitars. Let's see what it does here. Yeah, it works. Actually, pretty decent sounding guitar, man. That guitar actually sounded pretty good. It seemed like a pretty decent guitar. Had a nice neck shape. Weight was right. It was a nice one.
So, what do you think it's worth?
These in 100% original condition, $6,000 to $7,000. Obviously, there's been a lot of stuff done to this. The finish is kind of a whopper. It puts it in a what we call a player's grade guitar, which means you've got a vintage guitar that's not going to bring a vintage price, so guys that actually play and stuff can afford it, not worry about taking it out and beating up on it and that kind of stuff. So they're a little bit sought after, actually, because of that.
Okay.
If I was to hang it on the wall in my shop, it'd probably be at like $3,500 probably. That's probably what I would say the guitar's actually worth.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
No problem, man. Take care. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thanks for showing it to me. Modifications on a guitar don't bother some people. From a businessman standpoint, I want to get them as clean as I possibly can, especially if I'm something I'm going to sell or use as an investment.
So obviously $4,000 is not going to happen. I'll give you $2,000.
No,
You really think you can get more?
$3,000.
There's no way I can go. There's no money to be made. $2,000's my price. That is it.
But it's still a '68 Les Paul.
It's $2,000, man. That's what I can do.
I can't do it. I can't do it. $3,000.
I'll tell you what. I'll go 21. I ain't going to go a dime more. There's no money to be made at $3,000.
I can't do that. Sorry.
Well, if you change your mind, come and see me.
Sounds good. Thank you. I would never take $2,100. I really don't need the money that bad. It's worth more for me to hang it on the wall. I like looking at it.
I wonder if you could take a look at this for me. I got this guitar from my father. He got it from an old man. And apparently he played for Al Capone. It's a Gibson L7, hollow body. And the guy who played it played for Al Capone's birthday. Well, I don't really play guitar, so I just rather have the money. Hoping to get $3,500 for it.
So tell me the story.
Apparently he had a gig, and he just knows he's supposed to play for somebody's birthday party, and they're getting ready to play, and all of a sudden the doors start to lock up, and a couple guys with some Uzis start covering the door, and apparently it was Al Capone's birthday.
Okay.
If it was played for Al Capone's birthday, does it make it more valuable or anything? No, not at all.
No collector gives a rat's ass if some guy played for Al Capone once with his guitar.
If I told you I played for Obama last week, would you believe me?
Wow.
One of the misconceptions about antiques is if it was at one place at a particular time, it's worth more money. What they care about is what kind of guitar it is and what kind of condition it's in.
Okay, the neck does look a little bit bent. You got separation along here, and the frets are so worn down. Did you see that?
It was a little beat up, needed a little restoration work, but
When you're talking about a
1942 Gibson L7, which was a slightly higher end model at the time. There's money to be made.
So how much you want to sell it for?
My guess is $3,500.
Did Capone buy it for him?
No.
Okay. I'd pay you $1,000 for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.
I'm really happy Billy came in with the guitar today. I can do some preservation work with it, I can sell it to a collector, and that guitar will stay around for another 50 or 100 years.
Hi, I have a 1925 Gibson Banjo that my grandfather owned.
Okay. All right, let's get this thing open. Oh, cool.
I
That's
have
a Gibson.
picture of my grandfather with his banjo. I don't know how old the car is, but...
Probably right around as old as him. Watch it.
I came into the pawn shop today to try to sell my 1925 banjo that my grandfather owned. His roommate traded him the banjo for the rent. I think my banjo's worth $5,000 based on the research I've done.
Gibson's a neat company. He started in the 1880s. He started making mandolins. Believe it or not, at one point in this country, mandolins were more popular than guitars.
Okay.
And he started hand making them, and eventually he just got a bigger and bigger company. He got a reputation as making the very best stuff in the world. These things were expensive to begin with. I imagine this was probably around $100, $200 at the time, which was a lot of money in 1925. And the guys who bought these were professionals. So usually they got a lot of wear on them because guys sit around and play them all day long. So, I mean, it's rare to find them in this kind of shape. They're neat instruments because there's a resonator back there.
Okay.
And basically, so when you hit that, the sound goes back there, bounces off the resonator, and comes out the sides.
Come on, Rick.
Does it remind you of home?
Oh,
Back in the hills of North Carolina?
Shut up.
Antique musical instruments can be tough to figure out. Some models sell for huge amounts of money, some for practically nothing. I'm definitely familiar with Gibson guitars, but not banjos. So I need some more info before I make a move. So what are you looking to do with it?
We're looking to sell it. I've looked on the internet. I've seen them go for about $5,000.
Okay. Tell you the truth, I have no idea if that's a good price or not. Quite frankly, I just don't get that many banjos in here.
Gibson is the top of the mark. Well, that's one of the most collectible names there is in musical instruments.
I'm sure this is gonna go for a lot of money. It's in really good shape, but there might be something really weird. I just don't know what I'm looking at here. I'm gonna give someone a call who knows about this thing.
Okay. I realized until you actually have the cash in your hand, an item is only worth what the next person's willing to pay.
Hey, Jesse, don't quit your day job.
Right, I know, right? You know, a lot of people don't know this is American. This is pretty much our instrument. This was actually really brought into the States and popularized in the early days by slaves, believe it or not.
Wow.
This is quintessential 20s. It's got the cool inlays. It's not extremely fancy. You've got the nice bridge setup. You've got the Grover tuners, which were the higher end tuner. These actually are original to the instrument. They don't slip all that much. A lot of banjos are held in just by a peg pushed through there. Everything on it appears to be original, and it's in decent shape. Let's open it up and get an exact year and make sure there's nothing screwy going on underneath here, you know?
Okay.
All right, let's see. You got the cool old Gibson decal in there.
Okay. All right, and the serial number says?
It is 8086-1. This serial number series starts in 1925 at 8,000, so it's 1925.
Okay.
What's the damn thing worth?
Well, I've seen some of the master tones go all the way up to $10,000, $15,000.
Wow.
Okay.
But this is the TB3. This is the beginning of the line.
It's a professional one, but it's lower end professional.
It's for the professional guy that goes out and plays, but isn't, you know, making a ton of money. A 1925 TB3, probably a good strong 9 condition. It's in good shape. I'd probably say about 2,400, 2,500 in this condition.
I was thinking a little more. Did a little research on the internet, and the most expensive one I saw was like $5,000.
It was probably like a 4, 5, or 6. It probably had a little bit different inlay on the headstock and on the fingerboard.
Thanks, Jesse. You're the best, man.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Jesse.
All right. You know, after looking at it and seeing the condition of the banjo, I don't think it would be too hard for them to get $2,500 for it on the open market, because it is a pretty clean original piece.
I know you originally wanted $5,000, but that's not gonna happen. I'll give you $1,500 for it.
I was hoping for $2,000.
I can't go $2,000 on it. I gotta make money on it. And, you know, I'm assuming I'll get $2,500 for it.
How about $1,800?
I'll tell you what, I'll split the difference with you, $1,650, and that's the best we can do.
Okay, $1,650.
All right, it's a deal.
Thank you, sir.
I made $1,650 on my banjo today, and I'm going to give the money to my mother and father so that they can enjoy it.
I have a Gibson Mandolin.
Mind if I play a couple tones?
Sure, absolutely.
Thank you.
I decided to come to the pawn shop today to sell my vintage Gibson Mandolin. I picked it up at a yard sale. I'm looking to sell it today because I'd like to take the family on a trip to Ireland. I know the name Gibson, so I took a gamble and thought I would pick it up, and hopefully I can make some money off it.
All right, well, let me call my boss over here. Hey, Rick. Corey, Rick. I guess no one's here. No, I know a little bit about these things. They're from the early 1930s. The thing that makes this mandolin special is that Gibson made it. Gibson mandolins are sweet. We had a lady bring one in from the early 1900s, and Rick practically drooled all over it. It's in great condition.
You can see the craftsmanship on it is phenomenal.
Yeah, that's the one thing about these Gibsons, you know? They only use the best parts.
Right.
I see the sticker in there. Tells me that this is authentic.
Great.
Maybe we can make a deal. Rick doesn't like when I make big buys when he's not around, but he also doesn't like losing out on easy money. My spending limit's like $1,000, but I think this thing might be worth risking a little bit more. What are you trying to get for it?
Well, I'd like to get 3 grand out of it if I could.
Would you be willing to go any less? Because normally, you know, I actually have a spending limit of $1,000. I'm not supposed to go any higher than that.
It's not the end of the world for me if I don't sell it. I don't mind walking out of here with it.
How about 1,300?
1,300. What do you say, 1895? I mean, you see the shape it's in. It's a little dust, but it's fine.
You're killing me, man. That's gonna sit on my shelf for a while. I'll go 14, and that's pushing the barrel.
I tell you what, 1,500, and we got a deal.
I mean, it is really good condition. 15 sounds fair. I can make a
15?
profit.
All right, that sounds good. I appreciate it.
Put another one in the wing column for Chum Lee. Rick's probably gonna give me a raise after he sees this.